Being a product tester is not only interesting, but it can be a lot of fun. I noticed just now that the Amazon Prime truck was in front of my home. So let's see what I got today. And I was expecting 8 packages today. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Alrighty. Hi everybody, how are you guys doing? I've gotten many requests to talk to you more about my product testing, and so that's what this video is going to be all about. I am going to give you the background, how I got started, how and when I got started, how it relates and helps with my family estrangement, kind of just the process of how it all works. I'm going to share some of the products I've gotten through product testing. I'll give you some tips, and then after that I'll take it from there. I am new to YouTube, 4 months in. I'm still nervous talking to the camera, and I'm trying something new today. I have my camera turned around. Normally I have it in selfie mode, but when you have it in selfie mode, you any of the lettering on anything, like my shirt, would be backwards to you guys. So if I'm going to be showing you a couple products here in a second, I don't want any wording to be backwards. So hopefully I'm centered in the camera, so just bear with me. And well, I don't know how to go about doing a product testing video. I do all my reviews in writing. You can do video reviews. I haven't done any, so I guess you guys are kind of my experiment. But I have 2 products right here that I will be reviewing today. And so I thought I'd kind of have, I'll show you kind of the process of how, what I do, and then I'll get more into the talking about the background and stuff like that. But anyway, this is the first product that I have to review today. And this is a Jolito Musical Mobile. Now, most of you know I'm 68 years old. My children are all grown. My grandchildren are out of the baby stage. So you might think, well, why are you getting a baby item? Well, one reason why I sometimes get baby items is because I did run an in-home daycare and preschool for over 21 years. So I'm very knowledgeable about children and infant products. And besides, you don't actually have to have a baby in order to review something. So let's do an unboxing. I watch all these, people like unboxing videos, but I've never done one. I don't know how to do one. So you guys are going to see this for the first time with me. So I'm going to open it up, and right away I see the cute little dangling animals. So these are really cute for a mobile. These are very quality, and what I look at as a product reviewer is I look at how well it's made. I check the seams, how well it's sewn. The eyes are embroidered on. They're not plastic pieces that would fall off. So I really like that. And they're very cute and lush. And these, right away, I know these are things that after your baby is grown, you can cut the strings off and they can play with these as little stuffies. You know, children love their little stuffies. Okay, so let's see what else is in this box. And I'm going to take this out. And I look at this, and I know right away what this is. These are, because I've done so many of these are coverings for the plastic pieces that hold the mobile. That would be, let's see, this piece. So I know that this goes on. These go on to cover. It just makes it really cute. So, and as a product reviewer, again, what I'm looking for is the quality. How well is it made? Is it double stitched or not? This one does not appear to be double stitched, but still it's very nice. It's very soft. I don't see any obvious flaws. Let me get, I got some little pieces in here. Little ones. Now I know these will go. Okay, here's the thing that holds your the toys. And it comes with instructions in here, but I personally hate instructions. If I can figure out how to put it together, and I don't want to snap it together right now because sometimes they don't come apart, but it looks to be very simple. You just snap this in here. And then I know that I know how these toys, the strings just go in there and hook. So that's very easy to put together. I can see that right away. So that would be a positive in my review, that it's easy to put together. You don't even need to use the instructions. The clamp. There we go, the clamp to hold on to the crib. Now I might have to read the instructions to see how this goes. And then, let's see, this is a musical mobile. So one thing I do want to check with this, they've included a screwdriver in the box, which is awesome. Most of these mobiles and electronics do not come with batteries, so I know most of these take two AA batteries. And so let me unscrew this here. And I've got some batteries in my pocket down here. And what I'm going to do is check the sound, how the music sounds, if it's got any settings. So let me put these batteries in. Okay. And turn it on. There we go. Okay, that's a pretty nice sound. I'm also checking that this is turning. Okay, it doesn't appear to be turning, so let me pause this video a second. Okay, the reason why I paused the video is because the video editor that I'm using only allows so many, my clips to be so many minutes, because I work on a Chromebook and I can only download files of a certain size. But anyway, off camera, I did figure this out. So let me turn it back on. Hit the button to turn on. And now it is turning. I noticed that if I press this one button on the side, it stops. So I guess you can have this stationary, or you could press another button and it will actually turn. And then it appears they have different songs. By pressing this button. I turn on and off. I do not see, let me turn this off. Okay, that's all great. I love it. One thing I can see right off is I do not see a volume button. So that'll be something that I would mention in my review. And then other than that, I just checked the quality. The plastic is, you know, it's on the cheaper side, but these coverings make it really nice. So those are some of the things I'd mentioned in the review. I'd probably give this a pretty high review and mention that it doesn't have a volume. But other than that, it's super, super cute. And yeah, now I'm gonna pack this back up and be right back and show you one more item that I need to review today. Okay, so I might also say that this comes in a really a pretty cute and nice box, which would make it very giftable if you're in need of a baby gift, okay? And let me show you another thing I need to review today. This is a little thank you gift, and I'm gonna have, I'm gonna open it for the first time with you guys, and we'll check and see what's in this. Okay, so let's see. Okay, let's see if you can see this, and I'll make sure you guys can see this in the camera. All right, we have a, it says you are appreciated. I don't know if you can see that. It's a little plastic pot, real cheap plastic. Looks like a crocheted sunflower, super cute. Looks like the crochet job is really well. There is some glue here on the back. It's in there pretty sturdy, so it's not gonna fall out. If you wanted to say something different, if you didn't want this card, I can see that that's removable. So let's see what else is in this box. This looks like it's a gift just for somebody in your life to show your appreciation. We have some lemon fruit hand cream. And I'm not going to open and use that. We have, it looks like a bar of soap. Doesn't have any smell. Maybe super light lemon, very mild. We have a pair of beige colored slipper socks. Looks like made very nicely. Could take them out of here so we can look at them better. Very pretty decent quality. Okay. In here we have a candle maybe? Oh, look how cute that is inside. And smell it. That's kind of got like a perfumey smell. It says a little candle to say a big thank you. And I don't know the smell of this. It's kind of musky, perfumey. It's not really a scent that I really like, but I know a lot of women do like this. I noticed right away that the label is not perfect. It's kind of wrinkly. Looks like it can smooth it out. But it's very cute. We have a card. Cute card, it's just like a postcard. And cute envelope, you can put your own in if you don't like the one it says. And we have, it looks like some kind of glass in here. Thank you for being awesome. Very nice. It's got a lid with a seal around it. So the whole, let's see. Yes, it comes with a glass straw. A drink. Also comes with a brush. So this is really cute. I love to have gifts. I love to have gifts like this sitting around just for like whenever, just to show somebody an appreciation or a thank you or whatever. So this is a really cute gift, and I'd probably give that a pretty good review. Alrighty. So I have several other things to review, but it would, you know, we could go on hours on a video, but I thought I'd just show you quick 2 of these. And like I said, like in the comments, if you want to see more of this kind of unboxing and how I look at things to review them, just let me know, okay? And now we're going to get into probably the background about how I got started first. So the background, I actually got started with this fun hobby back in 2018, and it didn't start out as product testing. It started out as me discovering that I could get free samples of things in the mail just by filling out a short form online and get free samples, and that was great fun. So I started doing that, and after a few weeks, I started getting stuff in the mail like every couple times a week at least. Nothing big or anything, but all kinds of little things. And I think because I'm trying to figure out how to do this video, I think what I'll do is I have photos of much of the stuff that I've gotten over the years. So I think I'll just pause me, and then I'll put up here, then I'll cut away to a photo of whatever I'm talking about. But anyway, so I got free samples, and I'll show you some of those here. I actually, before I go on, I do have a Facebook group. I'm the admin of a Facebook group. It's called Freebies Let's Talk. It's not active because I'm not into the free sample stuff too much anymore. I'll grab it if I see it. I think as the years have gone on, the free samples are not as plentiful as they used to be, but you still can get a lot of free things in the mail. So, I mean, the group is still active. It's active as far as it's there, and there's a lot of members, but nobody, including me, really talks. So I'll link it in the description if you're interested. If anybody wants to get into it and post, feel free. But anyway, it evolved from the free samples to instant win games. And if you're not familiar what that is, it's just where you'll fill out a little form or you play a little game. It's all online, and you find out instantly if you've won. So I got into that, and I won a lot of stuff playing instant win games, and that was a lot of fun. And then I'll break away again here. To show you some things I've gotten from instant win games. At one point, this was 2018. I'm not sure if I mentioned that when I started in the year 2018. At one point, they had Amazon bouncy boxes, and that is no longer anymore, but I had a lot of fun with that for a while. And I'll cut away again and show you what I won from the Amazon bouncy boxes. Okay, so now in 2019, I discovered sweepstakes, and you guys all know what a sweepstake is, but these are online sweepstakes. And I entered a few online sweepstakes, not thinking much of it. And I won pretty quickly early on. I think my first win was a $50 gift card to Kohl's. And I was like, whoa, I was super excited. I went to Kohl's and I got myself one of those salt and pepper, where you push the button and it grinds your salt and pepper. I was so excited, like I didn't have to pay anything for it. So I really got into the online sweepstakes, and I think in my freebies Let's Talk Facebook group, I also post some sweepstakes, ones that I think that you have a pretty good odd of winning. There's a whole thing to all that. Like I said, let me know in the comments if you want to hear anything more specific about anything that I'm talking about here, because this is just going to be a generic overview. Goodreads giveaway. That's if you want to dip your toe into winning free things online, and if you love books, I would suggest you check out the Goodreads giveaway, and I'll link that also in my description. And that's just where you go in and you enter on their website to win a book. And I have won probably at least 75 books from them. I was entering on Goodreads every single day for quite a while. I just don't have time for it anymore. I'm not winning. I mean, you get out of this fun hobby what you put into it. So anyway, there's that. I also my wife and I got into dumpster diving for a bit. That was kind of fun, but I was always like really leery. You know, you don't want to trespass. You don't want anybody to see you. But we got some cool things from doing that. During all this time, 2018 through 2022, that's what I was doing, getting free samples, playing the instant win games, entering sweepstakes, and winning. And later on in this video, I'll show you some of my wins. Let's just keep going. But I was working full time, so I didn't have as much time as I liked. I retired from my job in October of 2022, and that's when I began product testing. And I actually am an active member of 27 different companies for product testing. Okay? Now, before I go any further, I do have another Facebook group, and this one is called Apply to Try Let's Talk. And this is where you can find more specific information about all of these companies. Now, again, I just don't have time for it. It's sitting there. It's an active group. Nobody talks in there, including me. I just don't have time for it. But I have information. You know how, like in Facebook groups, if you're familiar, you can pin things to the top. So I have a lot of information. It does need updated. These programs change all the time, and it's been quite a long time. So the information might not be up to date. It's something I need to do. Also, that being said, 27 companies sounds like crazy, and it is. So let me say that there's just, right now, I'm only dealing with 3 companies on a regular basis, and then several more occasionally, but 3 main ones because they keep me very, very busy. Okay, let me take a little sip here. Let me show you before I move on. This is something else I have to review. I don't know if I'll get to it today, but I have this box of rice, turmeric infused rice blend. Now I know turmeric as a supplement is a very healthy thing, so I'm real interested in this. It's something that I have to make. I love product testing food. Love it. So like I said, I started with product testing in 2022, and in April of 2023, I unexpectedly got an invitation to join the Amazon Vine program. And at first I thought it was spam because I didn't even know what it was. But come to find out, I looked it up and it was legit. So I accepted the invitation and I've never looked back. And that is actually where I do most of my product testing now, is through Amazon Vine. There are several roles. One of them is I can't speak about anything that is not already made public. So I need to go in and check. If you want to hear more about that program, I need to go in and check to see what information is actually already public, so I don't overstep anything with that. Why I do this is because it's fun, a curiosity about certain products. Yes, I'm looking at notes as always. I like trying new stuff, learning what works. There have been many items that I've liked so much that I've just gone ahead and purchased again. So that's really cool. I also like I said, I wanted to talk to you about how this relates to my family estrangement. So I started my product testing after my estrangement with my middle daughter. And this was while I still did have a good relationship with my oldest and my youngest daughters. Doing this, I mean, I was, at that time, like I said, I was still working and I was doing this, and it kept me really busy, you know, and I do have my own life, and helps keep my mind off of the estrangement with my middle daughter. Gave me something to look forward to, fun, stuff like that. One thing that I've really had a lot of fun with, well, a couple things, is I get a lot of bulk items, like bulk toothbrushes and toothpaste, a lot of bulk candy, soap, toiletry type items, and my wife and I like to package this stuff up and hand it out to our local homeless. So that's one of the things I've talked about before, is just I love to give and I love to share and help people. So that's been a really enjoyable part of getting free items, try this stuff and be able to help somebody in need. At Christmas time, you've heard of the white elephant game? Well, we would play a game with family on my wife's side, and then my other two daughters who I was not estranged with at the time, would play a version of the white elephant game where nobody had to bring a gift. I provided all the gifts, wrapped them up, you know, put them in the middle, and created a bunch of rules. And it was just really fun. It was like everybody went home with something fun. Everybody loved that game. I loved it. I loved putting it together. So that was something I would do with some odd and end products that I didn't necessarily want to keep for myself. Another thing is it saves a lot of money. We did have two fur babies and they both passed away in 2023. Shortly after I started this product testing, but you can get a lot of dog food, cat food, treats, and toys and things like that for your fur babies. There are actually some product testing company that just solely target your fur baby, so it does save money. Larry outside in the Florida sunshine, trying his new treats. His favorite are the nudges and jerky cuts made with real steak. He absolutely loves those. And he also tried the premium jerky cuts made with real turkey, and he likes that. And the chicken pot pie recipe, he snubbed his nose at that one, so he doesn't care for that, but we will try again later, maybe when he's more hungry. We'll see. But look, he's going to get in there and check it out. Let's see what else. Some things that I don't want, I will sell very cheaply on Facebook Marketplace. Now I'm going to get into some rules here in a minute about selling these items, but the things that I am able to sell according to specific rules, I can sell very, very cheaply. I do it because I like to help people. You can't go out and afford to buy a new high chair for your baby, for example. Well, you can get it on Marketplace for, say, $10. It's a win-win. It's $10 that I would not have otherwise had, and I'm helping somebody who is low income be able to purchase something nice for very inexpensively. And let's see. I'm going to talk here real quick about my biggest sweepstakes win, and that was $4,800 in gift cards to Publix. That's been my biggest win, and that was super exciting. And that happened in December of 2018, and at that time that covered our grocery costs for an entire year. And I'll pause here to show you a photo of that. Then through the product testing, my most expensive item I've received so far is my DeLonghi coffee maker, and that's been awesome. I've gotten things. I've gotten a chandelier. I've gotten a steam cleaner vacuum, all kinds of stuff. Shoes, clothes, food, like I said, decor, tons of supplements, just anything you could think of, really. Gift cards, and that's been through the sweepstakes mostly. Funny stuff, like I said, for the Christmas game we would play, I would sometimes purposely go ahead and product test some funny things because that makes the games really funny. The process of how it works. Now, these companies are all different. They all operate totally different. The basic premise is, with product testing, you apply for a product and you wait to see if you get it. And if you do, it is sent to you in the mail, and you try it out or whatever, and you submit a review, and then you keep the product for free. But like I said, they all work different. With the Amazon Vine program, that one is where you literally go in and you choose what you want from thousands of items, literally thousands of items. You just choose what you want and they mail it to you. You do a review and you keep the product. That is not typical. The most typical way is you go to a company's website and you apply and you wait to see if you get it. Some programs will just email you whenever and ask if you're interested in something. And if you are, you can go to their website and fill out a form. And again, you wait to see if you get it. There are some companies that are an app for your phone, app only, like Influencer. And that's one of the ones that I'm very active with. And with that one, I will get an email and a text message alert. It will say free product alert. And the trick is to race in there before anybody else and try to grab it and see if you get it or not. And that's the way that one works. But it's very complex. Let me see what other ways. There are some that want you to pay up front for the product, order it yourself, get it sent to you, or have you go to the store and get it, and then you do the review and they'll fully reimburse you the money. I don't care for those, and I have done them. I'm very familiar with how they work. You just have to be careful if they're a legitimate company. It's not for me, but those are some other ways. There are some good programs there. There's all the deals, like get a discount and get a discount on something to get it cheaper in exchange for your review, but I don't do any of those either. Sometimes they send you, some of them will send you a code, or they'll even send you a gift card in the mail to go buy something. I just like the ones that show up on my doorstep. That's the easiest. Okay, let me look at my notes here because I wanted to talk to you quick about all the reviews. There are some product testing companies out there that in order for you to participate and get a free product, they require you to submit a 5-star review. Nope. Don't do that. And just get yourself in trouble. I don't do that, whatever. There are some product testing companies that are very secret. And the reason they're secret is because these products are not yet available to the public. So they do not permit you to talk about them on social media. So hence, I will not be going into any detail about any of those that I do, other than to say I've gotten some really nice products that way. If I can give any tips, you do need to be a very organized person. I love organization, especially if you're really going to get into it. And belong to a couple different companies, you might find that helpful. Persistence is key, especially if you want to get into the sweepstakes and instant win games. You do have to be persistent. I used to have something I called the 3 Ps, and see if I can even remember. Persistence, and I'm not going to remember. Patience. Persistence, patience, and positivity. Those are, okay, I can't believe I remember it, since you all know my memory sucks. Persistence, patience, and positivity. You need to have those 3 characters about you to get into something like this. There's a lot of people who are very interested, but really, when it comes down to it, they just don't want to do the follow through. You do need to keep in mind that doing product testing is not just about getting the free stuff. I mean, the real thing is giving your honest review, because I know when I go shop on Amazon a lot, I always read the reviews, and I really take those seriously. And like I said, I like to help people, So I look at it from the review point of if I was going to buy this item, what would I want to know? And then I try to do the same to help people make good choices. So it's really about the review. I didn't like the reviews. I found them really hard in the beginning, but they really became second nature. You don't want to use AI for your reviews. I know people do that and can get in trouble for it. No, you can kind of tell the ones that are AI. I don't like that. Let's see. It sounds all fun and games up about, it sounds like all fun. I mean, who doesn't like free stuff, right? But you got to be prepared for the disappointment. What if you like a company and you apply and you apply for months on end and you never get picked? And that can be very disappointing. That's where your persistence and patience come in, and maybe try something different. You can't just expect to go in and apply every now and then give up because you don't get something. You got to keep at it. When you start product testing, you just don't get a bunch of stuff showing up at your doorstep like me 3 times a week. It takes a while. I think that's about it for this video. I'm gonna be putting up some photos, like I said, throughout, and just please let me know in the comments if this kind of video is more of what you want to hear from, if you want to see more unboxing, if you want to know about particular programs or anything specific that I've talked about. Just please let me know in the comments, and I will see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.